Now let's get into some real talk. It's time for story time, everyone. Why don't we just dive right on in? Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So for this video, what I thought we would do is we would go out on the road and check out some coffee chains. Right, Sam?
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah. So we're going to be hitting up Second Cup, McDonald's, Tim Hortons, Wendy's, Starbucks. Did I miss one?
I don't think so.
No.
Five different places.
5 different places. So go ahead and watch us on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, so we are here in the parking lot of McDonald's. So we're going to give it a shot now. Our first coffee of the day. So I'm drinking their McCafe Frappe, coffee frappe.
And I'm having just like a regular, they call it the premium roast. It's a single. So 1 cream, 1 sugar. And yeah, we're going to try this today.
His is $1, mine's $3.
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Okay, you go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Very coffee heavy. Bit of sweetness, but not bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got to tell you, the first thing here that I find quite striking is the smell. Like the whole car smells like coffee and I love it. It smells great. So let me see if it's good coffee. Well, it's golden. Holy. Wow, it's really, really hot. Okay. So single is definitely, I usually go with a double, but it's quite sweet, obviously. So I think 1 sugar is enough, like 1 sugar cube or whatever.
Yeah.
It is really hot, so you cannot actually taste a whole lot. Like my whole tongue is already burnt. But the flavor's not bad. There's a kind of like a sour, like acidity almost to it, which is, I guess, normal for coffee, obviously, but it's kind of like the first thing you feel.
Right.
So, and I'm usually not a fan of that because that should be part of the aftertaste and not like the first thing that hits your mouth. But it's not bad. I might actually have another sip once it cools down a bit.
Okay, so there's our first opinion about that. We're going to start making our way to our next coffee location. And we'll see if the coffee has cooled down by then, and maybe Sam can give a bit more of a response without it scalding him.
Sounds good.
All right. So we've made it to our second destination. We're going to head in shortly to go order some beverages from Second Cup, but thought we'd do a quick check-in about the coffee to see how it is now that it's cooled down a bit.
Exactly. So it has cooled down a bit, and I've tried some more. And I gotta be honest with you, it's not the greatest. It's kind of like got a flat flavor. It's not that nice, intense coffee flavor. It's kind of sour and just not the greatest. Yeah. So it's most likely not gonna be top of the list at the end of this.
Okay.
But hey, we'll see.
Sounds good. All right, we'll be back after Second Cup.
Okay.
All right, so we just finished coming from Second Cup. So first, let's at least just try the beverages because we have some opinions about the place itself. But let's try. So Sam got the medium roast.
Just like before, medium roast, single. So like, yeah, well.
How much was it?
Almost $3.
Okay. They didn't have like a coffee frappe. I think the closest was an espresso, but I don't want to do espresso, so I did mocha. This is a small, and it cost $6. So double McDonald's. All right, let's give it a shot. Way too coffee for me. McDonald's is like nothing in comparison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't like it then? Because it's too coffee.
A bit too, like I could drink it.
Okay.
But
Is it sweet at least?
a little sweet. Little chocolate.
Okay. So let me try this coffee. The smell honestly isn't the greatest. Like, it was way better before when we did McDonald's, because it just kind of like filled the whole car with that nice coffee smell. This one is a bit more, yeah, it's just you can tell right away it's not the greatest quality, but let's try. Oh God, it's scalding again. I can't drink this.
Do you need to give it a minute?
Yeah.
All right, so we're back, and we're in the parking lot for Starbucks. Sam's gonna now take a sip since his coffee's cooled down.
First of all, these cups are not the greatest. The way this lid is shaped, it spills quite a bit compared to the other one. So,
okay,
-1 point right there.
Okay.
Woof. Wow. Okay, this coffee tastes really weird. Like,
Okay.
this is not proper coffee flavor. It's got a weird aftertaste. It's very sour. It's bitter. Also, you just hit our car. Thank you very much. And yeah, this is not the greatest coffee. Like, McDonald's was actually better, and that was not great either. So, okay.
Okay, well, I guess we know so far who's in the lead.
Yeah, we also kind of know why Second Cup is about to go out of business, because
yeah, how was the environment there?
honestly, like, the first impression was pretty good. Like, when we came in, it was quiet, it was nice, the smell was great, you know, it was good. But then we, like, all the people there, they kind of just looked at us as if we were some slobs or something. So that felt kind of weird. It almost felt like it's, you know, we're not, like, good enough to drink coffee from Second Cup. But I gotta tell you, yeah, this coffee is definitely not worth it.
We're better than them for not going to Second Cup all the time.
Exactly.
Anyways, all right, we're going to head in now for Starbucks and come back with our beverages. All right, and we're back. So, how was the experience in Starbucks for you?
Good. I mean, it was just a regular Starbucks, nothing extraordinary, I would say.
No.
It's spacious, it's clean, it's nice. I like it.
Yeah, wasn't bad. I mean, yeah, typical.
Smell was a bit weird.
Smell was a little off, but that could just be this one in particular. And another one like Second Cup where you have to add your own milk and sugar, or cream and sugar.
Which I'm not a fan of, honestly, because they just, you know, leave it like in the sun or just out there and just kind of messy, and you don't know how long it's been there, like sitting there, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
But whatever.
So, Sam's coffee, a small or a tall, cost roughly
$3. It was just like Second Cup.
Second Cup.
Around $3.
So this is a mocha frappuccino, which was about 6 something or 5 something or 6, compared to the Second Cup one. I have whipped cream here. So that's an extra bonus, I guess, here.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
If you want that. So go ahead, give it a shot.
Okay.
If it's not too hot.
It should be fine. The smell is slightly better. It's like very coffee, obviously. I don't smell like that sour taste right away, so that's a good sign, I would hope. This is really interesting coffee. It's very intense, very like bitter, strong coffee flavor. But then also I kind of get like almost like a smoky barbecue kind of aftertaste, which is new, and it's not really something I'm looking for in coffee.
Yeah.
So it's definitely unexpected. I might have to try some more, because I mean, I usually don't drink Starbucks coffee, so this is kind of new to me. Yeah.
Okay, well, those were first impressions. For me, let's give it a shot. Yeah, I mean, way better than the Second Cup one, in my opinion. And for the price that you're paying, if you're going to be paying that much for something like that, I hate to say it, but it's probably better to get it at Starbucks over Second Cup, which sucks, because, you know, Second Cup is Canadian, but
hey, if they can come up with a similar product,
well, they
like,
do.
Well, but it's not like it can't compare.
No, but apparently not. Yet they claim to be both mocha frappes or frappuccino. So all right, we will chat at our next destination. All right, so we've made it to our destination at Tim Hortons. And did you have anything more to add about the Starbucks coffee?
Not really. It's just not, given that it's like $3 and supposed to be so fancy and really good, not that great. I think it's overrated.
Yeah.
It's my opinion though, but
Fair enough.
yeah.
So, Tim Hortons, we've got a regular coffee, dark roast, actually.
It's a dark roast. That's my go-to usually. Because that's where we usually get our coffee, right?
Yeah.
So I definitely know what to expect from this one. I know that I like it. I like the overall smell is like really nice coffee. You don't get that sour aftertaste or that sour flavor stench in your nose. I really like this one, and I'm gonna give it a try.
Okay.
Yeah. So usually I go with the double. This time I went with the single, so 1 cream, 1 sugar, and that's definitely enough. It's sweet enough.
Okay.
It's like creamy enough. It's not bitter. Yet has this like very intense coffee flavor. It's slightly sour in the aftertaste, which is okay because that's normal with coffee. And overall, it is my favorite. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much was it roughly?
I don't even remember, but I would say like around $1.50, $2 max for a small one.
Yep. And so I would have gotten the equivalent for me, which would have been a small iced cap. I didn't get one just because I don't want to have to be spending all this money on all these frappe beverages since they're not just $1, they're way more. But an iced cap, a small one's about 3 something. So, and I like them. In comparison to like a Starbucks or something like that, I guess it just depends what you're feeling. If you're wanting something more creamy, more coffee flavored, I like a good ice cap. It's kind of traditional here. So, yeah, that's kind of my opinion about that.
Sounds good.
Perfect. So let's head to the next destination.
Okay.
Wendy's, here we come.
So.
All right. So Wendy's.
Last stop.
Last stop. So it was 2 something.
It was 2 something for a small. They consider this small. It's huge, but whatever. I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah.
First impression, just smelling the cup, honestly, it smells a little bit like weed, which I'm usually not opposed to, but it's not something I'm looking for like when drinking a coffee, so
no.
Not sure if that's a good thing, but let's try.
While he's trying, so they don't really have an equivalent here. I think the closest would be their Frosty Chino, but I didn't want to run that risk, so we're just trying the coffee here.
So I hope you all paid attention to what Patrick had to say, it not like
I saw the face.
This is I don't even know, like if I was blindfolded right now, I don't know if I could tell that this is coffee.
Ooh.
It like and I heard so many people are like, oh, you know, the best coffee you can get is actually at Wendy's. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so, but I want to find out for myself. Yeah, no, it's not. This is the weirdest beverage I've ever tried, honestly. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's definitely not coffee. It's a coffee-like beverage, maybe. But yeah, awful.
Oh boy.
Awful. really, but like it's sour. It's just a weird flavor. It's no.
Well,
not the place to go.
That's not great. So this concludes our little tour.
Yeah.
So you'll see us back at the house so that we can do a full breakdown analysis. See you there. All right, so now we're back home. And what a journey that was.
It was fun though.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So now we're going to kind of just break down our full feelings and opinions now that we've had a chance to sit with them. So we're going to start with McDonald's. experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your thoughts when you compare it to the others?
Well, it was the first one I think we tried, so I didn't really have any, any other coffee to compare it to. But like the first impression was good. It tasted all right. I obviously liked the price because it was just $1 for a small one, but small was still like this, way enough. So yeah, McDonald's was actually decent. It
Yeah.
wasn't the greatest, but it was coffee. So yeah.
Yeah, totally. Same here with the Cafe Frappe. It's not bad for what you pay for. It cost $3.
I want to say three, yeah.
$3, and they fill it up quite a lot in comparison to some other chains. So I quite enjoyed that. Just a moment, the cat's about to chew on the tripod. So yeah, so that's kind of my opinion about McDonald's. They filled it up quite a lot. $3, I think that was like the cheapest.
One of the cheaper ones for sure.
Mm-hmm. So overall, pretty good for what it is.
Good start.
It's a good start. Then we went off to Second Cup, and I was going to say, in comparison to the environment at McDonald's was quite busy. We didn't have to interact with anyone. We just ordered right at the machine, and we just waited for our beverages. Second Cup was a bit different. Obviously, it's more of a coffee shop environment since it's dedicated mostly for that. So you have like a lot of nice seating areas and the counter. But this particular one only had one employee working. And as Sam mentioned in the car, the clientele there was kind of judgmental. So it didn't make you feel comfortable when you were there. It tended to be an older crowd and mostly men, I found.
Yeah.
And they all kind of were giving us dirty looks.
Right.
And there was a customer in front of us, and he also kind of gave us some odd looks. So that wasn't the most welcoming environment, but let's get into the actual beverages, which is what we're talking about mostly.
That's good.
So, coffee.
Honestly, Second Cup was probably one of the most disappointing locations, in my opinion, because I used to be a big Second Cup coffee drinker back when I was younger, because they were good. Like they had like good pastry too, like donuts or cupcakes and stuff like that was awesome. The coffee was good. The environment was nice. So, but it has changed over the years, I guess. And I think I've mentioned it back in the car. I kind of see why there's less Second Cups around now, and it's not as popular as it used to be because their quality has decreased by a lot, in my opinion.
Personally, I would agree with you. Having their mocha frappe, trying to compare that to the cafe frappe, I would take the cafe frappe over the mocha instantly. That mocha was not good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I tried it too. It was bitter and like very heavy on the coffee flavor, which I didn't mind, but it was just not good. It was not like enjoyable. It's not what you want when you order like a coffee frappe.
No, exactly. Like for me, I can usually have frappes because, yeah, they're coffee, but it's very minimal coffee. And also, you're kind of eased into it instead of just drinking straight up coffee. So, wasn't the biggest fan of this one.
Yeah.
So then after that, we went to
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Is that correct? Was there one in between? Oh yeah, it was actually Tim Hortons first. No, that's not true. It was Starbucks
it was
first.
Starbucks. Starbucks. So then we went to Starbucks, and it was a vast difference, honestly, than Second Cup. Both are coffee shops, coffee chains, and the environment there, while not as warm, it in the particular Starbucks we went to, it was kind of industrial and cold. I felt a lot more comfortable there. It was busy enough, but everyone's just minding their own business. They're all kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah, and the clientele was kind of more diverse, and it was not a problem. Like we fit it right in. So
absolutely. Plus, they had more employees working at the counter. Not that that meant they worked any faster.
Right.
But yeah, so let's talk about that coffee.
Honestly, like when you hear Starbucks, you have quite high expectations because they're like pricey and stuff, so you expect a certain quality. It didn't quite meet my expectations, to be honest. The coffee was all right, but not like spectacular. It's not something I drive for, like just to get Starbucks coffee. It's not that special, in my opinion.
Okay. And as for the mocha frappuccino, it was about the same price as the second cup one. So it was double the McDonald's one, which for Starbucks I find is worth it because the flavor is a lot better for me at least. You're getting whipped cream and stuff like that. However, if you were to compare the second cup and the Starbucks, you're paying about the same price, but you're getting more beverage out of the second cup than you are out of the Starbucks because Starbucks fills it with whipped cream, so you think it's a full beverage, but actually you're not getting as much. I find, I'm not sure about it, an actual like volume, but that would be my personal opinion. But I did prefer Starbucks for sure, way more than second cup.
Yeah, I would agree. I like the whipped cream thing is a good point, obviously. However, like it's so much better compared to the second cup one. Although, like, I didn't get much like coffee flavor. It was more like almost like a chocolate shake thing.
Yeah.
Which was good. Listen, it was like rich chocolate flavor. It was good. I enjoyed it. It's just not
absolutely. Coffee. Also, if you were to compare, so the mocha frappuccino versus the mocha frappe, both are mocha coffee beverages. However, the Frocho at second cup, which is their frozen hot chocolate, would have been probably more equivalent chocolate wise to the mocha frappuccino at Starbucks. However, I've had the Frocho and that one is very diluted chocolate flavor. So it's failing on both parts. Coffee, like heavy on the coffee, but not in a pleasant way, or too light on the mocha so that the chocolate's very diluted and not as flavorful. Okay. So that's my opinion there. Then we went off to Tim Hortons, the motherland of Canada.
And I know why now.
Yeah?
I really do. I mean, listen, it's our go-to as well. We usually get Tim Hortons coffee. I got my double-double, and it's great for what it is. Like, the price is all right. The quality of the coffee is not great, but it's good enough, I'd say. So, and I stick with that opinion. It's like, it's still one of my favorites of all, because like it's quite an aromatic coffee, yet it's not like overpowering, which I like. I usually get the dark roast. I have to mention that, though. You can get like the regular roast, which is probably a bit less like bitter and intense. But yeah, really good coffee overall.
Okay. And as for the ice cap, well, I didn't have one today on camera because my beverages are obviously a lot pricier than Sam's. It would have been about $3 something, so half as much as the Starbucks or the second cup one. Way better flavor wise, in my opinion, probably because they oversaturate it with cream and sugar. But I'm okay with that personally because that's kind of what I want out of like a frappuccino, cappuccino kind of style. If I had to compare it to the McDonald's one, which are both roughly about the same price point, Tim Hortons is a little more expensive. Definitely prefer the Tim Hortons one. It's kind of a comfort beverage for me and definitely something I quite enjoy. And also, it's interesting because I don't drink coffee. If I get a nice cappuccino in wintertime, people are like, oh my gosh, that's cold. And I'm like, oh yeah, because winter, you shouldn't drink a cold beverage, apparently, by society standards. But they're like, but then again, it is a nice cap. They all understand that, oh, well, that makes sense why you would still get one. So, still kind of iconic, I guess.
I would agree. And obviously, like, nothing compares to a nice cap flavor-wise. Probably because they use, like, what, maple syrup or maple sugar or something like that.
No clue.
It's so unique in taste, and it's the real deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then finally, we went to Wendy's. Mother Wendy is right here. I'm sure you can see, kind of, not sponsored. I'm going to kind of cover her a bit. But You had a regular coffee.
Mhm.
I didn't get a beverage there, coffee wise. I got a beverage because their closest thing was cold brew, frosty, or like a frosticino, and they didn't look too appealing to me. Also, I just didn't want to kind of try it because it wasn't too impactful for me.
Mm.
They're a burger chain. But let's go into the coffee.
Well, yeah, honestly, I didn't even know they do coffee there, so I was quite surprised. And obviously, this whole coffee ranking thing has been done before, and some of them came to the conclusion that Wendy's has the best coffee. So I was very surprised to hear that. And I wanted to find out for myself, and I would strongly, strongly disagree with that. Um, I think I've said it in the car before. I wouldn't even consider that coffee. It's a coffee-like beverage. I don't know what I was drinking, but it's definitely not coffee. It had such a weird flavor to it, and the smell wasn't great. Like just everything about that beverage was weird. I would never ever again get coffee from Wendy's.
Ouch.
Ouch. Yeah.
Ouch indeed.
Yeah.
So now I think it's time for us to rank the chains based off of our enjoyment, starting from the worst to the best, or the least
Appealing.
flavorful and appealing, we'll say, to the best flavor or appealing for us. I'll start. So obviously for me, Wendy's is disqualified completely. So it would then go second cup, McDonald's, Starbucks, Tim Hortons for me,
Okay.
for the Frappuccino frappe style beverages.
You want to get into it a bit more about why you rank it that
Sure.
way?
So the second cup one, couldn't drink it. Honestly, it wasn't pleasant. All the other ones I could drink and finish. The second cup one, I would have to force myself. And that's not enjoyable. No. The frappe, cafe frappe from McDonald's, it's fine. Heavy coffee, wise, a bit bitter, but drinkable. It wouldn't be my first choice. Obviously, it'd be my third choice, and from the chains. And there's a reason for that. I'm just not wanting that flavor of like coffee. As for Starbucks, yeah, the reason why it's second is because obviously it's costlier. It has the whipped cream, which is nice, but I couldn't see myself drinking a Frappuccino every day because they're quite heavy. They sit on you. A lot of like the flavoring and the whipped cream is a bit much after a while. So that's kind of why I decided to give it second place. And Tim Hortons kind of meets everything in the middle in the sense of has the better flavor. Maybe not as much as Starbucks, but it's so unique in itself that you can't really compare the two. It's cheaper than Starbucks, and I could see myself drinking that every day. Not that you should drink it every day, but at least I could see myself doing that. So for me, the iced cap is number one.
Yeah. So Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons. Okay. So as for me, I don't think it's a big surprise to find out that Wendy's comes in last, because again, not enjoyable, not even drinkable, in my opinion. It's sorry for the words. Then my fourth place goes to second cup. Kind of weird flavor. Coffee was not the greatest. Environment. We didn't feel welcome. Yeah, just kind of disappointing. Just when I think back to how it used to be and what it is now, nah. I wouldn't want to go back to second cup. So fourth place. Then in third place, it's actually Starbucks for me. The coffee was all right. The environment was good. I mean, your classic Starbucks, nothing extraordinary about it. However, for what you get, it's quite costly, like regular coffee. Yeah, it's a tall, which, by the way, means large.
Small.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. It's
tall. No, I mean like the word itself. Like it just means like it's a large cup, but it's small. It's their smallest size, which is weird already. But like, anyways, that's not the point. You get enough coffee, still quite costly for the quality, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, and then in second place, it's McDonald's, mainly because of the price. I would say the coffee is very similar to Starbucks coffee, like in flavor and smell and everything.
Ouch for Starbucks.
Kinda, and but it's way cheaper. I mean, it was $1 compared to what, almost $3. I want to say.
Yeah.
So, and also something I really, really don't like. I don't want to add my own sugar and cream because the cream's been sitting there on that counter for how long? It's just kind of like feels a bit unsanitary. It's like
Yeah.
I don't like it. And then first place, Tim Hortons. We did this whole experiment just to find out that Tim Hortons is the best coffee after all. It was the most aromatic in my opinion. I don't know if my taste buds are just so used to drinking Tim Hortons coffee, but it was the best. Price was okay. It was $1.50 or something. Flavor great as always. Staff, I mean, it's Tim Hortons. Nothing, nothing too special, but it was good. And yeah, Tim Hortons #1. I would agree with you.
Wow. So pretty much almost the exact same, except our McDonald's and Starbucks swapped.
Right.
But both of us agree that Tim Hortons is the best out of all 5 chains for coffee-like beverages. Now, this is to say that obviously this is how we feel. I've heard from many people that McDonald's is better than Tim Hortons. You've obviously heard that Wendy's was the best.
Right.
Some people say Starbucks is the best. So clearly it's all about your taste buds and what you prefer. So yeah, so that's kind of our opinions about those flavors.
Yeah, I think it's important to mention that this is our opinion, obviously. We're not the coffee experts, especially me. I don't want to come off like that, the stuck up European coffee expert there with the fancy coffee chops, because I don't drink that much coffee. But yeah, obviously I know what I like, and yeah. Anyways, but you got to go out there and just find out for yourself.
Yeah, don't take our word for it. But yeah, so that's kind of how we felt overall. I think it was a fun experiment. I would definitely try it again for something else.
Yeah.
But it was nice. Also to note, coffee clearly, no shock, it's way cheaper than frappes.
Oh, yeah.
Frappes were breaking the bank at some point, and it was like, this is ridiculous. Obviously, you get a lot more.
Yeah, but it's not like it's a great drink. Like, you don't get a quality drink.
Yeah.
That would justify that kind of price, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there you have it. So I had a great time doing it.
Yeah, me too. It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Hopefully the audio in the car wasn't too bad. We did our best out on the road. And if you like this video and you want to see stuff similar to this with Sam and myself, be sure to leave a comment down below telling us what you'd like to see next, and we might just have to give it a shot.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, comment down below, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.